The reason you can't fall asleep easily anymore isn't just because you're getting older. It's not just stress. It's not that cup of tea you had with dinner. After 50, real, physical changes occur in your body and brain that cause sleep to work differently than it did when you were 30 or 40. General advice that works for younger people often doesn't work for us. Sometimes it even makes things worse. When you try to force yourself to relax and it doesn't work, you feel more frustrated, more anxious, and further from sleep than when you started. So, what if you could do a few simple, gentle things in the last 30 to 60 minutes before bed to help your body and brain naturally transition into sleep mode? What if these strategies were specifically designed for people over 50, backed by sleep clinics and geriatric medicine research, and easily applicable at home without any equipment? That's exactly what we'll be discussing today. By the end of this video, you'll learn 5 specific bedtime strategies that target the real causes of sleep problems in older adults. These aren't complex exercises. They aren't expensive gadgets or supplements either. They are simple, evidence-based habits and light movements that can help you fall asleep faster and sleep longer. These strategies were inspired by longevity research, sleep clinics, and physical therapy programs specifically designed for the elderly. In countries like Japan and parts of Scandinavia, where people routinely live healthy, independent lives into their 80 seconds and 90 seconds, many of these principles are already part of daily life. They understand that sleep isn't just about lying down and hoping for the best. Sleep is about properly preparing your body and mind. So, let's start by understanding what happens to sleep after age 50. Because once you understand that, everything else will make much more sense. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you clicked the like button and subscribed. Every like will definitely help this video reach more older adults who need this information. When you were young, as soon as it got dark outside, your brain would produce large amounts of melatonin, the sleep hormone. This happened automatically. Your internal clock was strong and consistent. However, after the age of 50, melatonin production begins to decline. Some studies show that melatonin production can decrease by as much as 50% compared to your 20s. This means your brain doesn't get the same clear signal that it's time to sleep. At the same time, your circadian rhythm, your internal clock, also begins to change. Many older adults feel sleepy earlier in the evening and wake up earlier in the morning. This is completely normal. However, it can become a problem when your lifestyle doesn't match your natural rhythm. Then there are the physical changes. Joint pain, back stiffness, restless legs, the need to get up multiple times during the night to use the bathroom. All of these disrupt sleep and make it difficult to enter the deep, restorative stages of sleep. Let's not forget stress. As we age, we tend to have more worries, health issues, family responsibilities, financial planning. These worries often surface at night when everything is quiet. Here's something many people don't realize. Most of these factors are changeable. This means we can actually influence them with the right daily habits and gentle, targeted actions. You can't completely stop the aging process, but instead of fighting your body, you can work with it. And these 5 bedtime strategies are designed to do just that. These strategies target specific changes that occur after age 50. They calm the nervous system, reduce physical tension, quiet the mind, and help reset your internal clock. None of them are difficult. None of them require special equipment. And all of them can be done by people in their 60s, 70s, or even 80s. Starting with number 5, let me walk you through each one, progressing toward the most important strategy. Strategy number 5 is called the warm foot bath ritual. This may seem old-fashioned, but it has a solid scientific basis. When you soak your feet in warm water for about 10 to 15 minutes before bed, something interesting happens. The warm water causes the blood vessels in your feet to dilate, which means the vessels open up and more blood flows to the skin's surface. This helps lower your body temperature. You might think warming your feet would raise your body temperature, but the opposite is true. By carrying blood to your extremities, your body releases heat more efficiently. The importance of this is that a drop in body temperature is one of the most important signals to your brain that it's time to sleep. Here's how to do it safely. Fill a basin with lukewarm water. Not hot, just warm enough to feel comfortable, around 98 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Sit in a comfortable chair that supports your back well. Place both feet in the water and soak for 10 to 15 minutes. You can add a few drops of lavender oil if you like. Sit quietly while your feet soak. This is not the time to scroll through your phone. Just calm yourself. A few safety notes. If you have diabetes or peripheral neuropathy, pay close attention to the water temperature, as you may not be able to feel if the water is too hot. Always check the temperature with your hand first. If you have open wounds on your feet, do not do this until they have healed. The fourth strategy is gently relaxing the shoulders and neck. Many people over the age of 50 carry a great deal of tension in their shoulders and neck without realizing it. This tension comes from sitting throughout the day, stress, and poor posture. When you get into bed, your muscles are tense, and your body sends signals to your brain that something is wrong. Research from physical therapy programs has shown that light stretching before bed reduces perceived pain levels and improves sleep quality. One study found that participants who did light stretching before bed fell asleep about 15 minutes faster on average. Sit up straight but not stiffly. First, slowly rotate your shoulders forward in small circles about 5 times. Then reverse the direction and rotate backward 5 times. Perform the movements slowly and in a controlled manner. Next, gently tilt your head to the right and bring your ear toward your shoulder. You should feel a slight stretch on the left side of your neck. Hold this position for about 10 seconds, then return to center and repeat on the other side. Do this 2 or 3 times on each side. Finally, interlace your fingers behind your head, keeping your elbows out. While your hands resist, gently press your head toward your hands. Maintain this gentle pressure for 5 seconds, then release. Repeat 3 times. Continue to breathe slowly throughout this routine. Do not force any movements. If you feel pain, stop immediately. If you have problems with your cervical spine or severe arthritis in your neck, please consult your doctor before doing these stretching exercises. The third strategy is the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Your breath is one of the most powerful tools you have to control your nervous system. When you breathe slowly and rhythmically, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest and relaxation. This directly eliminates the stress response that keeps many older adults awake at night. Here's how to do it. You can sit in a comfortable chair or lie down on your bed. First, exhale completely through your mouth. Then close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath gently for 7 seconds. Then exhale completely through your mouth for 8 seconds. This is one full breathing cycle. Initially, repeat this cycle 3 to 4 times. As you feel more comfortable, you can gradually increase to 8 cycles. The counting does not have to be exact in seconds. The ratio is important. Exhaling should be about twice as long as inhaling. If you feel dizzy at any point, stop immediately and return to normal breathing. People with respiratory conditions should consult their doctor first. Before moving on to the last 2 strategies, I want to pause and hear your thoughts. I know that most of you watching this video are in your 50s, 60s, 70s, or older. You come from different countries and different backgrounds. I'm genuinely curious about your experiences. What's the most common sleep advice you've received over the years? Were you just told to relax more? To take pills? To stop worrying? And more importantly, did any of these actually work for you? I read all the comments on these videos. Your experiences help me understand what you're struggling with. Please take a minute to share in the comments below. Tell me your age, where you're watching from, and what sleep advice you've tried. Your story could help someone else going through the same thing. Now let's move on to the second strategy. The second strategy is the gratitude and release writing practice. For people over 50, one of the biggest barriers to falling asleep is the mind's constant chatter. You lie down, close your eyes, and suddenly your brain starts replaying the day over and over, worrying about tomorrow. This mental chatter keeps your nervous system awake. Psychological research shows that writing down your thoughts before bed can significantly reduce the time it takes to fall asleep. Putting your thoughts on paper helps your brain let them go. The gratitude and release practice consists of two parts. First, write down 3 things you are grateful for that day. These don't have to be big things. Maybe a phone call with a friend or a sunny afternoon. Gratitude activates brain regions associated with positive emotions and calmness. Second, write down everything that's on your mind. Worries, tomorrow's tasks, disappointments. Get them out of your head and onto paper. This isn't about solving these problems. It's about putting them in a safe place so your brain knows they won't be forgotten. Keep a notebook by your bed. Spend about 5 minutes each night on this practice. If arthritis makes writing difficult, you can say your thoughts aloud. And now we come to the first strategy. If you apply only one thing from this video, make it this. The first strategy is slow diaphragmatic breathing with progressive muscle relaxation. This is the single most effective technique I know to help older adults fall asleep. It combines 2 powerful practices into a comprehensive routine that takes about 10 to 15 minutes. Diaphragmatic breathing, also called abdominal breathing, is different from the shallow chest breathing most of us do throughout the day. When you take deep abdominal breaths, you stimulate the vagus nerve, which promotes relaxation and lowers stress hormones. Progressive muscle relaxation involves systematically tensing and then relaxing different muscle groups in your body. This helps you become aware of where you are tense and teaches your muscles how to relax completely. Here's how to do it. Lie on your back on a bed, place a pillow under your knees if necessary, place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen. Start by taking slow, deep breaths into your abdomen. When you inhale, the hand on your abdomen should rise. Breathe in for about 4 seconds, then breathe out for about 6 seconds. Repeat this for 5 breaths. Now move on to muscle groups. Start with your feet. Breathe in and curl your toes tightly. Hold for 5 seconds. Then breathe out and release all the tension. Feel your feet become heavy. Continue up your body. Stretch your calves by extending your toes toward your face. Hold and release. Stretch your thighs by pressing your legs together. Hold and release. Stretch by pulling your stomach in. Hold and release. Move to your hands and clench your fists. Hold and release. Bend your arms to tense them. Hold this position for 5 seconds and relax. Pull your shoulders toward your ears. Hold this position for 5 seconds and relax. Tense all your facial muscles. Hold this position for 5 seconds and relax. Finally, tense your entire body at once. Hold this position for 5 seconds. Then release all the tension and let your body sink into the bed. Continue to breathe slowly as you fall asleep. If you have high blood pressure, do not hold your breath during the tension phase. If you have injuries or painful areas, skip those muscle groups. Stop immediately if you feel any pain or dizziness. Let's summarize what we learned today. We covered 5 strategies to help you fall asleep faster. Number 5 was the warm foot bath ritual, which lowers your body temperature and signals to your brain that it's time to sleep. Number 4 was the gentle shoulder and neck release, which relieves physical tension that builds up throughout the day. Number 3 was the 4-7-8 breathing technique, which triggers the relaxation response. Number 2 was the gratitude and release writing exercise, which clears mental clutter. And number 1 was slow diaphragmatic breathing and progressive muscle relaxation, which systematically relaxes your entire body. Here's what I want you to remember. General advice like walking more or going to bed earlier isn't bad, but for most people over 50, it's not enough. Decreased melatonin, changes in circadian rhythm, accumulated tension. These require targeted strategies. The good news is that many things we attribute to aging are actually due to underuse and a lack of proper routines. Your body still has an incredible capacity for response and adaptation, even in your 60s, 70s, and 80s. Start with small steps. Choose 2 or 3 strategies and consistently apply them for a week. The goal is not to sleep like you did when you were 20. The goal is to fall asleep more easily, wake up less irritable, and maintain the independence that allows you to enjoy life for decades to come. If you found this video helpful, I'd be thrilled if you clicked the like button and subscribed. Every like helps this video reach more older adults who need this information. Before starting a new routine, especially if you have heart disease, sleep apnea, lung problems, or other chronic conditions, please talk to your doctor. If you experience pain, dizziness, or anything unusual, stop immediately. Thanks for watching, take care, and see you in the next video.